Welcome back, folks. It is a wonderful Thursday. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's jump right into the forecast. As we take a look outside at America's Mattress Live Tower Cam, it is looking a little eerie out, a little bit rainy out, but fantastic for us here in the Grand Valley. I call it $1 million rain. We got a lot of that rain earlier in the middle of the day. As we take a look at those weather headlines, we're going to look at lower than seasonal average temperatures, an increase in temperatures as we get into the weekend at least, and showers are going to continue with us at least until the middle of the day. Tomorrow it's not going to be constant. It's going to be every couple of hours. Some is going to come on down. Those rainfall totals in the last 24 hours, Grand Junction picked up just about 1/10 of an inch, same in Moab, Montrose as well. Rifle just a little bit more than 3/4 of an inch. I want to talk about that chance for precipitation tonight. Glade Park 80%, same with the National Monument. The Redlands, Fruita, Grand Junction at 60%. DeBeck and Palisade feeling in that 70% range for chances of rain all throughout this evening. And I want to remind you, even though it doesn't really feel like summer's around the corner, it really is 6 days away until June 21st. And that pollen forecast, even though those precipitation values are up, it's feeling humid, it's feeling muggy. Trees are still on that low end of things, grass is on that high end, low weeds, and some moderate mold hanging out with us in terms of pollen. And I want to look at a couple days in the future. We've got this low pressure trough that's kind of focused on over that top of Utah, that Salt Lake City area, which is what's throwing all of these storm clouds our way. As we get into tomorrow, it's going to start boogieing up a little bit north of us. And as we get into Saturday, kind of leaving us with that ridge moving in, bringing us in that yellow and that orange zone with warmer temperatures on the way, at least for Sunday. In the next, 24 to 48 hours, we'll take a look here in just about less than an hour. Lots and lots of action hanging out along the western slope. Even a lot of action headed on towards that Front Range and that plains area. As we get into this evening, a little bit of a clearing in Grand Junction. Montrose, though, could be getting up to maybe even 4/10 of an inch this evening. That's right, those precipitation values have shifted from yesterday to have even more. As we get into Friday morning, a little bit of a clearing and maybe some scattered showers into those Friday early evening hours, but then of course clearing, and that's when that increase in temperatures is on the way. And I want to talk about monsoon season, as this is one of the first big storms of the year. It's not just one certain storm or event, it's a collective type of wet and hot season, typically from right now to basically September. And I want to remind for dogs that you might want to keep them away from those tick-infested areas, keep away from that dirty water, use that protective rain gear for your pups to worm your dogs ASAP, just in case of some dirty water. Keep outside the outside water bowl clean, and make maybe a cozy little place just in case your dog's afraid of that thunder. Speaking of tomorrow, that high is going to happen in that 3 p.m. hour when all those heavy storms are coming. I've got Calvin hanging out with me all week this week for the dog walking forecast. Please feel free to send me one if you'd like your dog featured on the dog walking forecast next week. That extended forecast is going to show us that, Saturday into Sunday is when that increase by 10 full degrees is going to happen for the first time for us to boogie on over into that 90-degree range. Folks, that's when it's going to dry on up. Make some plans to get outside.